sunshine. Sip from my rainbow, deliciously mango. I think it's a syndrome, got me so blown. Show me the door, how far can you fall? Freedom in galaxies, packed out my fantasy.
I'm Sandra Sandy Schneller, and this is Romancing Me Pescatarian Style.
And blow with blessings, blessings, blessings for me. This is reality, I live my dreams.
Hey, this is Sandra Sandy Schneller with you. Oh, baby, what are you eating tonight? We gonna be doing it up with some party food tonight. With those rosemary and lemon flavored seafood pocket pies. Oh, baby, your party's gonna love it. Or you can just enjoy it yourself. Cheers to you, darlings. Yeah, we got the goods tonight. We're going to be making some quick to-dos, and it's going to take us an hour or less, and you can have these pockets ready for you and your guests, or if you're on the go during this holiday season, you'll have these ready. These are some nice, healthy little meals you can have ready and just pop it in the oven or microwave. You're choosing when you're ready to eat something. Oh, how delish. They're going to be ready for you, darling. Yeah, these seafood pocket pies are going to be great for you just for a quick meal while or you can take it to lunch. You can have it for dinner. If you're, during your shopping time during this holiday season, we tend not to eat dirty food, and I call it the dirty labels. Yeah, when you're going just on the go, quick getting something to eat, stop doing all that and still eat healthy. This is a way you can still eat healthy. So you can pre-make these seafood pocket pies, or you can put some beef in it if you like, but I, do the pescatarian way. These are really good meals. They're very healthy for you, and they're so delicious. We're going to get started. I have a half a pound here of sea scallops. I've cut them in quarters because we want them to be able to be stuffed into the pockets. I also have a half pound of extra large shrimp here, also in half or thirds with some of them. And I also cut off the little tip end of it. We don't want that on it. We're gonna get started with it. It's gonna be so delicious. I'm gonna stuff it with a cup of peas I have. Red, I chopped up some red onions. We have some shredded carrots and some baby bellas. And this is a cup of all of them. And they're very finely chopped pretty much. Well, small chop. Let's get going. Okay, I have a large skillet here. You're only gonna need a large skillet and a baking dish. A baking pan, actually. Those are only two cooking materials that you're gonna need. So we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of avocado oil or olive oil, whichever you're choosing. Right now I'm gonna use some olive oil. Just gonna add 2 tablespoons of olive oil here over medium-high heat. So I'm gonna go ahead and add all of these nice veggies. The prep time for the chopping is about 20 to 25 minutes. It depends on how well you chop, or you can just go ahead and get them already chopped. Now we're just gonna saute these a little bit. We're not gonna make them, we're not gonna wait until it's caramelized, the onions are caramelized at all, because we still want to be able to have it cook while we add the seafood and other ingredients. So that's cooking up nicely. I'm gonna let that cook for a moment. And while it's doing that, I'm just gonna add like a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Swish that around. And we'll be right back. So I'm gonna go ahead and start adding our sea scallops. Now, as I said, this is about a half a pound of sea scallops here. I've cut them in quarters. And I've also put a 1/4 teaspoon, a little less than a 1/4 teaspoon of salt on it, so I can draw out all of the moisture in it, and we want all of the flavor to go into the sea scallops. Just a little bit of health benefits for the sea scallops. Did you know that they're very high in B12? And B12 is good for our brain health. Yes, it is. It's also good for our cardiovascular health. Oh, they pack a punch in lowering your LDL cholesterol. That's the bad cholesterol. We have the good and the bad, and it helps with the bad cholesterol, along with some other health benefits that it has, as well as helping to regulate our blood pressure. Did you know that? Just let it sizzle here for a minute. This is going to be very delicious. And I'm going to be adding the rosemary-lemon parsley spice butter seasonings. Now we've let the sea scallops cook about 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes they've been cooking. And now I'm just going to add the shrimp. We wanted to add the sea scallops first because they cook a little, it takes a little longer for them to cook as opposed to our shrimp. So I'm going to go ahead and add the shrimp. And that's also a 1/2 pound of shrimp. And I've also added a little less than 1/4 teaspoon of salt to the shrimp while they were sitting to draw out the moisture again with those. We don't need to cook it totally well, 2 minutes or 4 minutes for the shrimp. We don't need to cook it that well because it's going to have a cooking process in the oven. And I've gone ahead and started preheating the oven at 425. Okay, as you can see, the shrimp is beginning to become cooked and it's becoming pink. As you can see that. See, the shrimp is beginning to cook. So we're going to remove it and put it back. We're just going to use that same bowl that we had the veggies in. We don't need to dirty anything else. We're going to add 4 ounces of heavy cream. And this is organic heavy whipping cream. We're going to add to the skillet. As I said, this is a one-pot wonder. Okay, you see the whipping cream is beginning to sizzle here. This is now when we start adding our mascarpone cheese. We're going to add 8 ounces of that. Let it smooth around here. It's beginning to melt. It's going to melt very nicely. I've let it come to room temperature somewhat. This is 3 servings of the spice butter rosemary-lemon. I've let it soften a bit. So we're going to go ahead and add that. And this is the only seasoning you're going to need. Oh, I smell the rosemary now. Oh. See, that's going to blend in quite nicely with the cheeses. Going to give it a good stir here. And let it just blend in well. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and return the seafood concoction. I'm trying not to add all of the juices just yet. Oh, look at that. And you may have, leftover concoction here. You can use that for other things. I like to put it over rice or on some pasta. It's multi-use. You can put it in a sandwich. Oh, yeah. Add just a little bit of salt. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You don't want to add too much. Actually, I'm adding less than a 1/4 teaspoon because we're going to add some more cheese to this. 3 tablespoons of starch I'm going to add to it. But I'm also going to add to this starch, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of water. I'm going to whisk it up really nicely here. Make sure you whisk it well because you don't want lumps of the starch in your concoction. Now see how your consistency is with it. You may need to add a little bit more because we want to alleviate some of the juices here. Oh yeah, we are moving and grooving with it. Cheers to you. Let me show you the concoction now. I went ahead and added another teaspoon of of the cornstarch. So that's like 2 tablespoons of cornstarch because I wanted to get rid of all the liquidity. And we're gonna start stuffing it into the little pockets of puff pastry and browning it. Oh baby, I got a treat for you. Okay, this is our seafood medley concoction here. Oh, it smells so wonderful too, and it tastes good. Check that out. Oh yeah, it's nice and hot. Now we're gonna go ahead and prepare the puff pastries here. Now I just bought a box of them. I'm not making them on my own, no. And I'm gonna unroll it. It's 2 come in a sheet, and these are very large sheets. You can score it with a knife, or you can use your kitchen shears. And I'm gonna go ahead and use the kitchen shears, and I'm gonna cut this sheet in 4s. Just gonna go ahead and cut it. It's easy to cut the pastries here. I have 1 egg here in a bowl. I'm going to beat this quickly. Okay, you don't have to beat it too much, but that's good enough. And you should also have a little brush. I'm going to take the egg and brush it around the edges. You can see this first one here I'll do. And brush it around the edges. And that's going to secure the ingredients inside. It's going to be like a paste for it. Put that to the side. We're going to go ahead and add some of the seafood medley in the middle. Make sure you get a heaping of the shrimp and the scallops because we have lots of it here. And we're going to add just a tad bit of formaggio cheese. There's 4 concoctions of cheeses here. Parmesan, Asiago, Romano, and Parmesan, Asiago, Romano, and 1 other. Can't think of the name of it just yet. It'll come to me. In the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and close this pocket. You get the fork and just pierce it on the ends there so you can close it nicely. Press on the edges. Now this one is ready to move to the baking dish. Hey, we are back. Oh yes. And you know what? While you're stuffing your pastries, lay out a little flour first. Okay, just sprinkle that surface with flour, then lay the dough on. It'll work better for you. Cheers to you. You ready for that big reveal? I know you are. Look at here. Oh, these are our Rosemary-Lemon seafood pocket pies. Oh God, look at that. Oh, I bet you can't wait to bite into it. Let's pay homage. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna need a napkin to grab that for you. Oh, it's nice and hot. Here you go. Stuffed with our scallops and shrimp. Oh, we got some nice veggies in there. Ooh, and our 4 cheeses. That's the Parmesan, Asiago, Fontina, and Romano. Oh, don't forget that. Yeah, the mascarpone. Here you go, darlings. I'm gonna get a piece too. Let me get this other one here. This is delicious. Just hints of rosemary and other veggies and spices. Oh my God, this is good. I'm not gonna eat this whole tray tonight, but you know, I'm gonna eat it. This is so delicious. You're gonna love it. Your guest is gonna love it. Cheers, baby. Like and subscribe. I'm gonna go tear down on this.